open with a word of prayer. Holy God, we want to thank you that
Svätý
you
Bože, chceme Ti ďakovať,
are willing to be with us,
že Ty si ochotný byť s nami
that you're willing to bear with us
a si ochotný s nami nás znášať
through all of our problems,
skrze všetky naše problémy,
our stubbornness,
našu tvrdohlavosť,
our unwillingness to work with you.
našu neochotu pracovať s Tebou.
We thank you for the opportunity today
Ďakujeme Ti za dnešnú možnosť,
to renew our relationship with you.
aby sme obnovili náš vzťah s Tebou.
Because today is the day of renewing covenants.
Dnes je deň obnovy zmluvy.
In Jesus' name, amen.
V mene Ježiša, amen.
Could you just translate a little bit louder?
Môžeme troška hlasnejšie prekladať?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, sure, yeah. So, we've been discussing the subject of adultery.
Hovorili sme o téme cudzoložstva.
Several people have not understood why.
Niekoľko ľudí nerozumie tomu, že prečo.
I hope as time goes on,
Dúfam, že ako čas bude pokračovať,
Justina will be able to explain that for us.
Justina nám to vysvetlí, že prečo.
So just a little bit louder. It's just that the noise behind me. It's not that you're
Za mnou je
doing
nejaký ruch, prosím troška hlasnejšie.
As we've been speaking about the subject,
Ako sme hovorili o tejto téme,
it's come to my attention that my understanding of the subject and your understanding of the subject is very different.
Pochopil som, že moje porozumenie tejto témy a vaše porozumenie tejto témy je veľmi rozdielne.
Just want to remind ourselves
Chcem nám pripomenúť,
that the first mention in the New Testament, Matthew 5,
že prvé spomenutie v Novom zákone Matúša 5
is in relation to the subject or the sermon that we call the Sermon on the Mount.
Sa vzťahuje na to, čo my nazývame kázeň na vrchu.
We all need to be clear
Všetkým nám musí byť jasné,
that this is a dialogue between God and Israel.
že toto je dialóg medzi Bohom a Izraelom.
And all the various sub-elements of that conversation that goes right to the end of the chapter.
Všetky rôzne také podtémy, ktoré idú rovno pod tú
We're
kapitolu.
going to take a pause. We have a technical problem.
Pardon, máme technický problém.
So we need to remember that this sermon
Musíme pamätať na to, že táto kázeň
is a conversation between God and Israel.
je konverzácia medzi Bohom a Izraelom.
And we are just inserting ourselves into a part of that conversation.
A my sa seba vkladáme ako do časti tej konverzácie.
Hopefully we all know
Dúfam, že všetci vieme,
that the sermon
že kázeň
on the Mount
na vrchu
spans 3 chapters, 5, 6 and 7.
Ide to cez 3 kapitoly, 5, 6, 7.
All of that is about the relationship between God and their people.
Celé je to o vzťahu medzi Bohom a jeho ľudom.
Just as an aside,
Keď len to dáme na bok,
if you turn to chapter 7,
keď pôjdeme do 7. kapitoly,
the last 2 verses,
posledné 2 verše,
28-29.
28-29.
And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine. That's the
Stalo sa,
congregation.
že keď Ježiš dokončil hovoriť tieto veci, tak ľudia boli v úžase. To sa myslí tým tá kongregácia.
Because he taught them as somebody who had authority and not as the established teachers.
Lebo učil ako niekto, kto mal autoritu a nie ako tí učitelia, ktorí boli ustanovení.
And when he speaks about authority, it doesn't mean clever.
A keď sa tam píše o autorite, to neznamená, že je múdry.
It's speaking about someone who can be clearly seen to be speaking on behalf of God.
On hovoril ako niekto, o kom bolo zrejme, že hovorí na mieste Boha.
Because that's what a teacher is supposed to do. We all know that.
To je to, čo ten učiteľ má robiť, to vieme.
When you come to the desk and you're teaching,
Keď prídete na kazateľnicu a idete učiť,
if you don't feel that you're speaking on behalf of God,
ak necítite, že hovoríte v mene Boha,
we'll finish the sentence there.
dokončíme tú vetu.
Otherwise you'll be
Necháme
too
to
scared
tak.
to get up.
Bojím sa potom postaviť.
So,
Budete sa bať postaviť.
we're looking at the subject of adultery.
Pozeráme sa na tému cudzoložstva.
And through public and private conversations,
Skrze verejné aj súkromné konverzácie
we've had a number of different understandings of what adultery is.
sme mali viacero rôznych porozumení toho, čo cudzoložstvo je.
So I want us to understand it
Takže chcem, aby sme
with
tomu
the following
rozumeli
synonym,
s následným synonymom.
which is cheating.
To je podvádzanie.
We've discussed and established, hopefully in agreement, the scope of adultery.
A hovorili sme o tom, aký je rámec cudzoložstva a dúfam, že s tým súhlasíme.
It's cheating between two married people.
Je to podvádzanie medzi dvoma zosobášenými ľuďmi.
And one of them
A jeden z nich
is having a relationship
je v nejakom vzťahu,
that is, we'll just say wrong,
ktorý je nesprávny.
without defining what wrong is.
Nebudeme definovať, čo nesprávny znamená.
So once you take this definition,
Takže keď vezmete túto
if
definíciu,
you just took the word married out
keď vezmete to slovo, že zosobášený preč
and we put friends,
a dáme sem priatelia,
you'd see that it all works perfectly well.
tak uvidíte, že to všetko dobre funguje.
That's what happens when you're a good teacher.
To sa deje, keď máte
come to
dobrého
you.
učiteľa. Prídu až k vám.
Beseeching you. Can we see that if we just substituted married, look this way, not that. Married for friends, it would all work.
Čiže či ste priatelia alebo zosobášení, funguje to.
So we could spiritualize adultery,
Mohli by sme cudzoložstvo zduchovniť
turn it into a concept
a urobiť z toho koncept
of broken relationships.
Rozbitých vzťahov.
And it seems to me that a lot of the disagreement that we've had
A zdá sa mi, že mnoho toho nesúhlasu, ktorý sme tu mali,
is because people are doing that.
je kvôli tomu, že ľudia to robia.
They're broadening or spiritualizing the concept of what adultery is.
Rozširujú alebo zduchovňujú koncept toho, čo cudzoložstvo znamená.
And when I say that,
A keď poviem toto,
I don't mean spiritualizing it into the realm of the church and God.
nemám tým na mysli zduchovňovanie to do cirkvi a Boha.
It should be clear to all of us that when God speaks about adultery,
Malo by nám byť všetkým jasné, že keď Boh hovorí o cudzoložstve,
as is being done here in this passage,
tak ako sa to deje tu v tejto pasáži
and several Old Testament ones,
a v niektorých viacerých starého
that
zákona,
it's always done in the framework of marriage,
vždy sa to deje v rámci manželstva,
not friends.
nie priateľstva.
We developed this idea of cheating
Vyvinuli sme túto myšlienku podvádzania
and this is where things began to go wrong.
a tu sa tie veci začali trochu motať.
It wasn't me, it was one of you.
Nebol som to ja, bol to niekto z vás.
I don't know why we laughed. Pick the word sexual. Sexual cheating.
Vybral tam to slovo sexuálne podvádzanie.
And then someone picked the word emotional.
A potom niekto zobral slovo
This is
emocionálne.
emotional cheating.
Emocionálne podvádzanie.
And we're talking specifically in the context between two people who are married.
A hovoríme špecificky v kontexte dvoch ľudí, ktorí sú zosobášení.
So we had the word married here,
Takže mali sme to slovo
and
zosobášení.
I put it could work with friends,
A ja som povedal, to bude fungovať aj s priateľmi.
but I want to put another relationship.
Chcem sem dať ďalší vzťah.
Cohabit.
Keď ľudia bývajú spolu.
Married, cohabitation, friends.
Buď sú priatelia, zosobášení, alebo spolu bývajú.
And some strange parents,
Niektorí zvláštni rodičia,
they're strange,
to je zvláštne,
think it also applies in the relationship between them and their children.
si myslia, že sa to aplikuje aj do vzťahu medzi nich a ich detí.
When their children come of age,
Že keď ich deti vyrastú,
whatever that means for the parent,
čo to znamená pre toho, čokoľvek to znamená pre rodiča.
and that child wants to move away or break away from that relationship,
A to dieťa sa chce od toho vzťahu pohnúť ďalej, odísť preč.
some strange parents can think about it in terms of adultery or cheating.
Niektorí zvláštni rodičia o tom rozmýšľajú ako o nejakom podvádzaní alebo cudzoložstve.
And if you as a parent have said to yourself, I have lost my child,
A keď vy ako rodič ste si povedali, ja som stratil svoje dieťa,
you're one of those strange ones
tak ste jeden z tých zvláštnych rodičov,
who have applied this model of adultery and put it into your relationship with your child.
ktorí aplikujú tento model smilstva a dávajú to na svoje dieťa.
And I would suggest it's wrong to do that.
A ja chcem povedať, že toto je nesprávne robiť.
Maybe you need to reevaluate what parental and child relationships are supposed to be and how they're supposed to function.
Možno musíte prehodnotiť to, ako majú vyzerať vzťahy medzi rodičmi a deťmi a ako majú fungovať.
So that was just a side
Takže to bolo len tak na boku.
hustle. Might get something out of it. Who knows?
Možno
So,
niečo z toho
sexual and
získame.
emotional.
Takže sexuálne a emocionálne.
I didn't understand what those terms meant.
Nerozumel som, čo znamenajú
And
tieto
after some
pojmy.
brief conversation,
A po krátkej
we got to
konverzácii
physical
sme povedali, že to je fyzické
and thoughts.
a v myšlienkach.
Some people,
Niektorí ľudia,
hope they don't take this badly, it's not meant to be disrespectful,
dúfam, že to nezoberú zle, nechcem byť nerešpektujúci,
seemed confused between what thoughts are and what physical is.
Zdá sa, že miešajú, že čo je to fyzické a čo sú to myšlienky.
And just because you have a thought, it doesn't mean... Just because you have a thought
Len preto, že máte myšlienku, neznamená to,
and you have a physical response,
a máte na to fyzickú odpoveď,
which you will,
čo budete mať
invariably,
nevyhnutne,
that's how lie detectors work.
tak to fungujú aj detektory lži.
So polygraphs work on the principle that every thought produces a physical reaction.
Oni fungujú na tom, že vlastne každá myšlienka produkuje fyzickú reakciu.
So to separate cheating into these two areas or these two domains
Rozdeliť podvádzanie na tieto dve oblasti alebo domény
means that when we write thoughts, it's not speaking about a physical response that's connected to the thought.
znamená, že keď povieme myšlienky, to neznamená, že to nie je prepojené k tej fyzickej reakcii na tú myšlienku.
Otherwise, there would be no difference between the two areas of cheating.
Ináč by nebol žiaden rozdiel medzi týmito dvoma oblastiami podvádzania.
Put your hands up if you don't know what I'm talking about or you're confused,
Dajte hore ruky, ak neviete, o čom rozprávam.
because this is a recap.
Toto je len také opakovanie.
And this is the face with that hand at the back.
Tam niekto sa hlásil, ale nevidím kto.
Can you shout your name out? Sorry.
Môžeš povedať svoje meno?
Vin.
Vin?
So the last class didn't mean anything to you because this is just a recap, yes?
Takže tá minulá hodina ti pre teba nič neznamenala, lebo toto je len opakovanie.
Were you here in the last class?
Bol si tu na minulej hodine?
So, tell me where you got lost.
Povedz mi, kde si sa stratil.
The term adultery is mentioned in the Old and New Testament.
Pojem cudzoložstvo sa nachádza v Starom a Novom zákone.
We spoke about that.
Hovorili sme o tom.
I've said that adultery is cheating.
Povedal som, že cudzoložstvo je podvádzanie.
Are we okay so far?
S týmto sme v poriadku?
Someone defined this cheating in a very specific way.
Niekto toto podvádzanie definoval veľmi špecifickým
It's really a
spôsobom.
dictionary definition.
Je to vlastne taká slovníková definícia,
That it's cheating between two people that are married.
že je to podvádzanie medzi dvoma ľuďmi, ktorí sú zosobášení.
You okay so far?
Áno, súhlasíme.
And that cheating
A toto podvádzanie
is related to relationships.
sa týka vzťahov.
You okay so far?
Áno, súhlasíme.
Yes? So, we then try to understand what types of cheating there could possibly be.
Potom sme sa snažili porozumieť, že aký typ podvádzania by to mohlo byť.
Someone said sex,
Niekto povedal
that's
sex,
sexual.
to je
Is that
sexuálne.
okay?
Áno,
You know what sex is?
ešte sex.
And then someone else said emotional
A niekto iný povedal
or
emocionálne.
emotions.
Ako
You
emócie.
know what those are?
Vieš, čo to je?
Yes? No, you don't know what emotions are?
Vieš, čo sú emócie?
Get the mic. Before you speak,
Predtým, ako budeš hovoriť,
I've drawn a line here.
nakreslil som tú líniu.
Everything above this line, is all that okay?
Všetko nad tou líniou je to v poriadku?
Yes?
Áno.
So the problem is here.
Takže problém je tu.
Go ahead. Tell me what the issue or confusion is.
Čo ťa tu metie?
1 second. You've got to press it on. You have to press it. The helper should do that for you.
I don't understand how someone cheats emotionally. That's what I don't understand.
Nerozumiem, ako môže niekto podvádzať emocionálne.
So, you're okay with that one, sex,
Takže s tým sexom ty si v poriadku
and you're not okay with this one.
a s týmto tu nie si v poriadku.
You didn't say it's wrong, you questioned it.
Máš tam otázku.
Thank you for highlighting that.
Ďakujem, že si to zvýraznil.
So, this is as far as we've got.
Takže potiaľ tu sme sa dostali.
Then people started asking things like McDonald's,
Potom ľudia začali hovoriť o McDonalde,
KFC,
KFC,
masturbation,
masturbácii,
gambling.
hranie hazardných hier.
People started asking, are those forms of adultery?
A ľudia sa pýtali, sú toto formy cudzoložstva?
So we had food,
Takže jedlo,
self-pleasure,
seba potešenie
and let's just call it bad habits.
a zlé zvyky.
Is everybody okay with those three titles?
Áno, ste v poriadku s týmito názvami?
I think I said gambling,
Myslím, že som hovoril hazardné hry,
masturbation,
masturbácia
and KFC.
a KFC.
So I've given more easier words to swallow.
Trošku som to zjednodušil v tých slovách.
So I don't know how we're going to do this.
Neviem, ako urobíme toto.
Let's do a vote.
Poďme voliť.
You're married
Ste zosobášení
and one of you loves food.
a jeden z vás miluje jedlo.
Does that meet the criteria or definition of adultery?
Spĺňa to kritéria cudzoložstva?
Put your hands up if you think yes.
Zdvihnite ruky, ak si myslíte áno.
Okay, so everybody said no.
Každý povedal nie.
So that's the question.
To je otázka.
Is it adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
If I can spell it correctly. And the answer is no for food.
A odpoveď je nie ohľadom jedla.
Remember, this is
Pamätajme,
not a conversation about what's good and what's bad, what's right and what's wrong.
toto nie je konverzácia o tom, čo je dobré a zlé a čo je správne a nesprávne.
I'm not saying that.
Teraz o tomto nehovorím.
I'm asking, is it the definition of adultery?
Pýtam sa, či je to definícia cudzoložstva.
Because we all know
Všetci vieme,
it's not good to eat KFC.
že nie je dobré jesť KFC.
I hope we all know that.
Dúfam, že to všetci vieme.
If you don't,
Ak nie,
I'm telling you now,
tak vám to hovorím teraz.
you shouldn't be doing it.
Nemali by ste to robiť.
Okay. Self-pleasure.
Seba potešenie.
That adultery.
Je to cudzoložstvo?
Put your hands up if that is adultery.
Dajte ruku hore, ak je to cudzoložstvo.
Masturbation. So that very clear.
Masturbácia.
So put your hands up if you don't know.
Dajte hore ruky, ak neviete.
So someone thinks it might be.
Niekto si myslí, že by to mohlo byť.
Put your hands up if it's not.
Dajte hore ruky,
Adultery.
ak to nie je.
Okay. So everybody says this is not adultery.
Dobre, takže všetci hovoria, že toto nie je cudzoložstvo.
Can we just say no to bad habits because it's so obvious?
A tie zlé zvyky, je to jasné, že to nie je?
So in this definition,
Takže v tejto definícii
when we spoke about adultery,
sme hovorili o cudzoložstve.
there are some important words,
Sú tu nejaké dôležité slova.
and that's rule number.
A to je aké pravidlo?
You okay? Rule number 1.
Pravidlo číslo 1.
How do you know what the important word is?
Ako viete, ktoré je to dôležité slovo?
do a bit of Millerite stuff. How do you know what the most important word is?
Ako viete, čo je najdôležitejšie slovo? To je troška z Millera.
All the teachers should put their hand up because they should be able to answer that.
Všetci učiteľia by mali dvihnúť ruky.
Curtis. So you'll press it on and you'll press it off, yeah?
Takže ty to...
Oh, he leaves it on. Oh, okay. You do it.
You consider the topic you're discussing.
Musíš zvážiť tú tému, o ktorej sa rozpráva.
So I'm going to say the same thing slightly
Poviem to
differently.
isté, ale trošku inak.
That's the correct answer.
To je správna odpoveď.
To know what the important word is
Aby sme vedeli, čo je to dôležité slovo,
depends on the question you're asking.
závisí to na otázke, ktorú sa pýtate.
Whatever you're asking will define or guide you to what the important word is.
Čokoľvek sa pýtate, to vás bude viesť k tomu, čo je to dôležité slovo.
So when we talk about these three that we've just got on the board,
Keď hovoríme o týchto troch na tabuli,
is married the important word?
je to slovo zosobášený dôležité slovo?
Put your hands up if married is the important word.
Dajte hore ruky, ak to zosobášený je dôležité slovo.
Don't follow. Put it down. No, married is not the important
Nie,
word.
nie, je to dôležité slovo.
Is relationship the important word?
Je vzťah to dôležité slovo?
Having a relationship that's wrong.
Majú vzťah, ktorý je nesprávny.
I'm going to say yes. We're in disagreement.
Ja poviem, že áno, vidím, že sme v nesúhlase.
So, in the context of all of these,
Takže v kontexte tohto všetkého,
I want to suggest it's about relationships.
ja chcem povedať, že je to o vzťahoch.
So, someone asked me yesterday,
Niekto sa ma včera pýtal,
didn't ask me, they just said, I didn't understand anything in that study, explain it to me.
ja som nič z toho nerozumel, vysvetli mi to.
So I asked some questions.
Takže spýtal som sa otázku.
The person want to volunteer themselves and tell us what the questions were,
Ak chcete, dobrovoľník nejaký, povedzte nám, čo to bola za otázka.
because I can't remember them all.
Už neviem, kto to bol.
They weren't the only person in the group, so someone else
Tam
who
bolo
was there could
viacero ľudí
answer
v tej
as well.
skupine, takže môže aj niekto iný odpovedať.
So they could be anonymous.
Môžu byť anonymní.
Does anybody want to? There were several of us in the conversation.
Boli sme tam viacerí v tej konverzácii.
So whoever puts the hand up and says yes doesn't mean that that's the questioner.
Takže kdokoľvek zdvihne ruku, tak to nemusí znamenať, že áno, to je ten.
Any of you who were there?
Tí, čo ste tam boli?
No? Who are you talking to, Regina?
Tým si sa Regina
Yourself?
rozprával? Ja som bol.
Someone at the back? Okay. Nobody?
You mean the conversation 2 days ago? Or yesterday? If it was
Yesterday?
Okay.
Yesterday?
It was 2
The
days
people who are in
ago.
the conversation know who they are. Okay. They're not going to volunteer. No. None of the three of them are going to put their hand up.
Nikto z tých troch nechce dvihnúť ruku?
I'll do it then.
Tak ja
If I
to
can
spravím.
remember. I started off with some gentler ones, so I'm just going to go to the hard ones now.
Začal to s takými jednoduchšími a pôjdem k tým ťažším.
Porn.
Pornografia.
So one of the partners gets into porn.
Jeden z partnerov začne pozerať porno.
Is that adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
So I have to move this and put it here.
Dám to sem.
Is that adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
Put your hands up if you think watching or however you want to conceptualize it, getting into it, is porn adultery?
Dajte hore ruky, ak si myslíte, že pozeranie porna
Put
je
your hands up. Just
cudzoložstvo.
one person says that. Two people. Put your hands up if porn is not adultery.
Dajte hore ruky, ak si myslíte, že pozeranie porna nie je cudzoložstvo.
Okay, more people.
Viacerí.
So I'm going to go with no.
Dám, že nie.
Then I ask the question,
Ďalej som sa pýtal.
don't know if that's the correct spelling. Prostitution.
Prostitúcia.
One of them visits a prostitute.
Niekto ide za prostitútkou.
Is that adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
Someone said, why is the porn adultery? Because the majority said it wasn't. I'm just putting what you said.
Ja sem dávam to, čo povedala väčšina.
Is prostitution adultery? Put your hands up if
Keď
it
niekto ide
is.
za prostitútkou, je to cudzoložstvo?
So put your hands up if it isn't.
Dajte hore ruky, ak to nie je.
Okay, so most people say it is.
Väčšina ľudí hovorí, že áno.
Sorry? Not yet. So, give me a second before I get into trouble. So the next one, I think I
Ďalej.
asked this one. I'll ask it now
Myslím, že
anyway.
túto som sa pýtal.
You sleep with your dog.
Budete spať so svojím psom.
Is that adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
Put your hands up if you're sleeping with your dog is adultery.
Dajte ruky hore, ak je to cudzoložstvo.
Okay, we've got lots of people speaking. I don't know why.
Ľudia tu rozprávajú, neviem prečo.
Listen to my words. Don't look at the
Počúvajte
picture.
mňa.
Don't look at the screen.
Pozeráme na tabulu.
You sleep with your dog.
Budete spať so svojím psom.
That's the technical definition of it.
To je
Beasts.
technická
Sleep with
definícia
beasts.
toho.
Is that adultery? Put your hands up if that's
Je to
adultery.
cudzoložstvo?
Put your hands up if it's not
Dajte
adultery.
hore ruky, ak to nie je.
It is. It's not. It's 50-50.
50 na 50.
Okay, we'll say we don't know.
Povieme, že nevieme.
So, most people said pornography is not.
Väčšina hovorí, že pornografia nie
Adultery.
je cudzoložstvo.
So, I'm going to go back to this one again. Self-pleasure.
Seba potešenie, k tomuto sa vrátim.
We'll do this vote again. Is self-pleasure, masturbation, adultery? Put your hands up if it's
Je
adultery.
masturbácia cudzoložstvo? Dajte hore ruky.
Nobody said yes. Put your hands up if it's not adultery.
Dajte hore, ak to nie je.
Okay. So we're all clear on this one.
Takže
So I
toto
want to
nám je jasné.
pick up these two.
Chcem sa pozrieť na tieto dve.
So this porno video that you watched
Tieto porno videá, ktoré pozeráte,
was of your partner.
to bol váš partner.
They sent you a video of themselves.
Pošlu vám video samého seba.
It meets the criteria of pornography, I believe.
To je porno, to tiež spada do toho kritéria.
Now is the porn adultery?
Takže je porno cudzoložstvo?
Put your hands up if it's
Dajte hore ruky.
not adultery.
Ak to nie je.
Okay, so it's not adultery. We've got the correct tick. So what about if it's some famous person? I don't
Čo ak je to nejaký
Now
známy
is it
človek?
adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
You looked at this person.
Pozerá sa na toho
Okay,
človeka.
so now we're going to say depends.
Povieme, že závisí to.
Let's go back to masturbation.
Poďme naspäť do
So when you
masturbácie.
masturbated, you were thinking about your partner
Rozmýšľali ste o svojom partnerovi, keď ste
On the beach.
masturbovali na pláži.
together.
Ste spolu,
All those good memories that you had.
tieto super spomienky, čo máte.
Is that adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
No.
Nie.
So, next day when you had masturbation,
Na ďalší deň, keď budete masturbovať,
you were thinking about that same porn star.
budete rozmýšľať o tej pornohviezde.
Now, is that adultery?
Je to cudzoložstvo? Yes.
All the people that said no, has that now become yes?
Stalo sa to teraz áno? Tí, ktorí
Has that now
povedali nie?
become yes? You were adamant before that it was not
Predtým si
adultery.
povedal, že to nie je.
And when I said porn, you were adamant that it
Keď som povedal porno, tak si hneď povedal, že
only afterwards you said depend.
áno.
Okay, so now this depends.
Takže aj tuto to závisí.
Yes?
Áno.
Prostitution?
Prostitúcia.
So everybody's sure about that one.
Z toho sú všetci jasní.
Bestiality?
A so zvieratami.
What does what mean? Nobody knows what bestiality means?
Neviete, čo to znamená? Sex
You
so
don't know what it
zvieratom? So zvieraťom?
Sex with dogs,
Sex so psom.
not just dogs.
Nie len so psami
They're
aj.
just the most popular ones.
A to sú
Let me
najpopulárnejšie.
check.
Among whom?
Okay, so
Takže
this is the issue about relationships.
toto je téma vzťahov.
What does that mean to you?
Čo to pre vás znamená,
Relationships.
tie vzťahy?
So I'll ask another question.
Pýtam sa ďalšiu otázku.
You've been married a few years
Už ste niekoľko rokov zosobášení.
and your marriage has gone stale,
Stale? What is stale?
boring.
A vaše manželstvo začalo byť nudné.
When bread goes stale, not fresh.
Už je to také o ničom.
Must have a word for stale.
Okay, aj.
But just to the other translators too. Does everybody know what I mean by your marriage is stale?
Viete, čo to
If you're an
znamená,
English
že
speaker.
manželstvo je,
Yes?
že už to nemá chuť.
Who's experienced that if you were married?
Kto to zažil vo vašom manželstve?
None of you have experienced that in your
Nikto z nás
marriage.
to nezažil.
Are you lying or we don't have a problem in the movement?
Nemáme problémy v
Come
manželstve, alebo klameme.
Okay. So in your marriage,
Vo vašom
it's
manželstve
gone stale.
to všetko začalo byť o ničom.
You don't talk to one another
Nerozprávate sa jeden s druhým.
except about the shopping and the bills.
Okrem toho, čo treba zaplatiť a nakúpiť.
So you start missing the desire and the need to talk to somebody.
Už začne vám chýbať to, že už sa spolu nerozprávate.
You end up really slowly
A veľmi pomaly, ale skončí to tam,
becoming friends with someone at work,
že sa skamarátite s niekým v práci
and that friendship grows,
a to priateľstvo sa rozrastie.
never sexual,
Nikdy to nie je sexuálne.
don't find the person attractive,
Ani vás nepriťahuje ten človek,
but they have a great, as people say, they have a great personality.
a majú úžasnú osobnosť. Tak to ľudia
Okay,
popisujú.
it's a cliche.
To je také klišé.
But you become really good friends with them.
Stanete sa naozaj dobrými priateľmi.
And all the things you used to share with your partner
A všetko, čo ste zvykli si zdieľať so svojím partnerom,
that you're supposed to share with them,
ktoré máte zdieľať so svojím partnerom,
we'll call it companionship.
to je proste tá spoločnosť, ktorú máte.
Because that's the word that several of people here who are single have used. That's what they want, companionship.
To spoločenstvo, to kamarátstvo, to je to, jak to ľudia používajú tu na.
Now, your work colleague is your companion,
A teraz váš kolega sa stane vašim kamarátom,
but
priateľom.
there's no sex.
Žiaden sex sa nedieje.
Some people don't like flirting. There's not even any flirting.
A dokonca sa tam nedieje ani flirt žiaden.
So, is that adultery?
Je toto cudzoložstvo?
Put your hands up if that's adultery.
Dajte hore ruky, ak je to cudzoložstvo.
One person.
Jeden človek.
Let me ask a couple of. Can I ask a different question? Are you cheating
Podvádzate?
on your partner?
Podvádzate svojho partnera? Emotionally.
They deserve something, and you're not going to give it to them. Are you cheating them?
A oni si niečo zaslúžia, vy im to nedávate. Podvádzate ho?
Put your hands up if you're cheating. So all those people who said yes, cheating,
Tí, ktorí povedali, že áno, podvádzame,
you're saying it doesn't meet the criteria of or the bar of adultery.
tí, hovoríte, že to nesplňa tú
I want you to
tému
ask
cudzoložstva,
yourselves,
alebo ten štandard.
when you think in your mind,
Keď rozmýšľate vo svojej mysli,
you like saying that,
tak hovorím,
that you've got some image of what adultery is,
máte nejaký obraz toho, čo to cudzoložstvo je.
and it all seems to be about sex.
Všetko sa zdá, že to je o sexe.
Because if you look at that definition,
Lebo keď sa pozriete na túto definíciu,
sex isn't there.
sex tam nie je.
It just says people who are married,
Len sa tam hovorí, že tí, ktorí sú zobratí,
one of them is having a relationship that's wrong.
jeden z nich má vzťah, ktorý je nesprávny.
And many of you who said, I call it friendship,
Mnohí z vás, ktorí ste povedali, že priateľstvo,
you said it's not adultery
ste povedali, že to nie je cudzoložstvo.
for A, but you
Za A,
said it
ale-
is cheating.
Povedali ste, že keď je to podvádzanie, tak vtedy to je.
Hopefully you can self-analyze, and that's what many of you did.
Dúfam, že to viete zanalizovať, že toto ste povedali.
Because in the back of your mind,
Lebo vo vašej mysli
this definition here is
táto
not
definícia tu
accurate.
nie je presná. Which one?
There's only one definition.
On the top? Okay.
That's the only definition there.
Okay. Tá definícia hore.
Because what you've put is an extra word.
Bo vy ste tam dali také slovo navyše.
What's the extra word that you've put in?
Čo je to extra slovo navyše, čo
That
tam
I
dávate?
haven't.
Ktoré ja tam nemám.
What word? Sexual.
Sexuálne.
So we'll put here sex.
Sex.
All of you have put is having a sexual relationship,
Čiže vy ste tam dali, že je to sexuálny vzťah.
and you're saying that's wrong.
A hovoríte, že to je nesprávne.
But that's not the definition that we came up with, that you all agreed to.
Ale to nie je definícia, s ktorou sme prišli a s ktorou ste vy všetci súhlasili.
Doesn't have to be sex.
To nemusí byť o sexe.
It has to be a relationship.
Musí to byť o vzťahu.
That's what you said.
To ste povedali.
Okay, so I'll give a pause now because people have got questions
Ľudia majú otázky, takže dám pauzu.
or disagreements.
Nesúhlas.
Go ahead, Curtis.
I didn't catch the conclusion of what you were saying about your coworker.
Celkom som nezachytil ten záver, čo si mal o tom spolupracovníkovi.
It was the framework in that you just develop a really strong friendship.
Je to rámec, že len si vyvinieš naozaj silné priateľstvo?
Not just that.
Nie len toto.
Is there any attraction involved?
Je tam nejaká príťažlivosť?
Any
Yes.
feelings? Okay.
Áno, je tam príťažlivosť.
The attraction is
Tá príťažlivosť je,
they're a good listener.
oni ťa dobre počúvajú.
No, there's no danger.
Nie je tam žiadne nebezpečenstvo.
They are obese and unattractive physically.
Sú úplne nepriťažliví zvonku a
Most women don't like beer-bellied men.
väčšina žien sa nepáči, keď niekto má pupok a bradu.
They're not just good friends.
Nie sú len dobrí kamaráti.
They're a good listener.
On dobre počúva
And more than that,
a viac ako to,
you begin to get to a place
dostávate sa do miesta,
that you believe
že začnete veriť,
they understand you.
že vám rozumejú
And your partner no longer understands you.
a váš partner už vám nerozumie.
And when you need something,
Keď niečo potrebujete,
you turn to this person, not your spouse.
idete k tomu človeku, ak nie k vášmu partnerovi.
Is that, I've called friendship, is that adultery?
Je toto cudzoložstvo?
And according to the definition that we had,
Podľa definície, ktorú máme,
it is.
to je,
Because you're in a relationship with somebody
pretože ste vo vzťahu s niekým,
that is wrong.
ktorý je nesprávny.
And if you were to ask your partner,
Ak by ste sa mali opýtať svojho partnera,
do you mind me telling this person
nevadí, keď sa tomuto človeku zdôverím
all my dreams, my hopes, my wants, and not you?
o mojich snoch a myšlienkách a nádejach a tebe to nepoviem?
What would they say?
Čo by povedali?
You know the answer because you just have to do the golden rule trick and ask yourself the question.
Viete odpoveď na to. Stačí, keď podľa zlatého pravidla sa sami seba spýtajte túto otázku.
So here, when we spoke
Takže
about
tu,
cheating,
keď hovoríme o podvádzaní,
most people said emotional cheating doesn't meet the criteria or the bar of adultery.
väčšina ľudí povedalo, že emocionálne podvádzanie nenaplňa ten štandard cudzoložstva.
Or they didn't know what it meant.
Alebo nevedeli, čo to znamená.
So now we've explained a little bit about what it means.
Takže teraz sme troška vysvetlili o tom, čo to znamená.
So hopefully that answered your question. Any other people got
Odpovedal
questions?
tvoju otázku?
So, if you could draw a line between friendship and what you described, what would it be?
Keby si mohol spraviť čiaru medzi priateľstvom a tým, čo si teraz popísal, čo by to bolo?
You won't like my answer.
Nebude sa ti páčiť moja
A point
odpoveď.
and a period.
Bod a obdobie.
The problem is
Problém s týmto tu je,
when you're in it,
keď si v tom,
you don't know.
nevieš o tom.
By the time you get to the place where it's
Too far.
too late,
Keď sa dostaneš už do miesta, že už si
no,
príliš
by the time you get
ďaleko,
to the place that you know you're in, it's happening, it's already too late.
keď si tam, že si uvedomíš, že už sa to deje, už je to neskoro.
So the problem is at the very beginning,
Takže problém je na začiatku.
but you don't see that.
Ale nie si schopný to vidieť.
And when I say that's where the problem begins,
A keď poviem, že to je tam, kde ten problém
you can
začína,
develop a super argument to say, of course, it doesn't begin there. It's at the end,
môžeš vyvinúť super argument a povieš jasné, že to tam nezačína.
because all relationships start off innocently.
Lebo všetky kamarátstva začínajú nevinne.
I guess what you could get to the place is, if you're married, just don't have friends.
Do miesta, kde sa môžeš dostať, je, že keď si zosobášený, nebudeš mať priateľov.
Yes. So, I just want to ask one more thing about this friendship.
Chcem sa spýtať jednu ďalšiu vec o tomto priateľstve.
So, I hope I don't say anything wrong.
Dúfam, že nepoviem niečo zlé.
You're a heterosexual couple.
Ak ste heterosexuálny pár,
Can I say that? And the person who's doing this is the wife. Can I say that?
a žena robí toto,
Okay, term wife. Just want to make sure my terms are correct. No, seriously.
chce mať tie pojmy v poriadku.
And things have gone bad, and you've got this friendship with a work colleague,
Veci zišli zlým smerom a máte toto priateľstvo so svojím spolupracovníkom.
and you're now doing things
A
with
robíte
this
veci
friend
s týmto kamarátom
that's crossed the boundary
a prešlo to určitú hranicu.
of what you should be doing with your spouse.
Robíte to, čo ste mali robiť so svojím partnerom.
Not because you're doing it with them and your spouse, you're just not doing it with your spouse any longer.
Nie preto, že to robíte s ním aj s partnerom, ale s partnerom už nie.
So if we're okay with that dynamic,
Ak sme v poriadku s touto dynamikou,
this friend
tento priateľ
is a man.
je muž.
Does that make a difference?
Tam je tam v tom
That
rozdiel,
it's a man?
že je to muž.
Yes? Does it make a difference that he's an obese man
A keď je to nejaký tučný muž, je to
that you
rozdiel?
find physically unattractive?
Ktorý je fyzicky nepriťažlivý.
No difference.
Nie je v tom rozdiel.
No difference. Okay? This friend is a woman.
Keď je to žena, tá priateľka,
Does that make a difference now?
je v tom rozdiel? Yes.
It's all okay?
Je to v poriadku. It's okay if it's a woman.
Oh, so you're doing exactly the same activity,
Takže robíte presne tú istú vec
and now because it's a woman,
a pretože je to žena,
it's all okay.
je všetko v poriadku.
But when it was a man, it's not okay.
Ale keď to bol muž, nie je to v poriadku.
If that was your answer,
Ak to bola vaša odpoveď,
I'm going to be rude.
Bu-
You need therapy.
potrebujete terapiu.
Not f- you need therapy from someone like Tina who understands about the difference of gender and sexuality and all of that stuff.
Od niekoho, ako je Tina, a kto rozumie sexualite a
Because you're
všetkým týmto
sexist.
veciam. Je sexistický.
You've got a one-track mind of sex.
Máte len takto jednu myseľ na sex.
Because to say it's fine with a woman but not with a man,
Poviete, že je to v poriadku so ženou a nie s mužom.
it's because you've tucked this concept in, I can never sleep with a woman,
Lebo si poviete, so ženou by som nikdy nespala,
but I could sleep with a beast man
ale mohla by som spať s nejakým škaredým mužom, tučným,
when I'm desperate.
keď som zúfala.
And so you have this concept that, and several of you whispered it, it's dangerous.
A máte tu tento koncept toho, že je to nebezpečné.
It's dangerous to do this with a man, but not with a woman.
Je nebezpečné to robiť s mužom, ale nie so ženou.
And either we're going to use some methodology and follow some rules, or we're not.
Tak buď budeme používať nejakú metodológiu a nasledovať nejaké pravidlá, alebo nie.
Now, if you want to make these definitions into something that's crazy
Ak chcete z týchto definícií urobiť niečo, čo je bláznivé,
to fit your strange views of relationships, we could do
aby ste
that.
tieto vaše zvláštne pohľady na vzťahy tam napasovali,
But the definition as it is,
ale definícia ako je,
if it's correct,
ak je správna,
then you should have equal concern
tak by ste rovnako sa mali obávať,
because it's an equal crime
lebo je to rovnaký zločin.
if it's this friend is a man or a woman.
Tento priateľ je žena alebo muž.
The crime was the talking,
A ten zločin je rozprávanie sa.
not that the talking will lead to the bedroom.
Nie, že by to viedlo do postele.
If you see it, talking goes to bed,
Rozprávanie sa môže viesť ku posteli.
then bed becomes your definition.
Ak to takto vidíte, tak to je potom vaša
Then
definícia.
you're forced to put that word sexual in there.
A musíte tam potom dať to slovo sexuálne.
And there are no different types of cheating, it's only sex.
A nie je iné podvádzanie, iba sex.
So, I don't know if we've got one question, but
Máme
before,
otázku.
we'll do Tina first. Tina had it ages ago. Pass. Which was what?
Which was
At the end,
it's,
when you wake up to the reality of it and you're in the mess.
that's
when it's
when
gone
it's a
Keď už si
problem.
v nejakom chaose
So,
a
Tina.
prebudíš sa,
As we're going to Tina,
keď ideme k Tine,
without getting complicated,
bez toho, aby to bolo komplikované,
remember we've got the porn and the self-pleasure, and we've got depends.
to, porno a sebauspokojovanie tamto závisí od veci.
Just for your consideration, just this once,
Tieto dve, aby ste zvážili.
I'll give you my thoughts.
Ja vám dám moje myšlienky.
Porn is not, prostitution is not, bestiality is not, and self-pleasure is not.
Nič z tohto nie je cudzoložstvo. Ani porno, ani
It's
prostitúcia,
just
ani
my thoughts.
spanie so zvieratami, ani sebauspokojovanie.
So, all cases,
Všetky tieto prípady,
yeah,
áno,
all cases, all the time, anytime.
podľa mňa vo všetkých prípadoch, hoci kedy,
Tina, that's just my thoughts.
to sú moje myšlienky.
I just wanted to ask or just get a clarification on something.
Chcela som si niečo ujasniť.
People have best friends, so they are married with people and then they have best friends.
Ľudia majú svojich najlepších kamarátov, proste sú si s niekým blízky.
So it's something, they're best friends, something, best friends.
A person who's married,
Človek, ktorý je zosobášený,
now they're married to,
oni majú partnera, s ktorým sú zosobášení
and then they have a best friend.
a majú najlepšieho kamaráta.
They do certain things with their best friend
A robia určité veci s tým najlepším
that they
kamarátom,
don't do with their wife or husband.
ktoré nerobia napríklad so ženou alebo s mužom.
They talk about certain things that they don't talk about when they talk. They don't talk about with their husband or wife, but they do with their best friend.
Nerozprávajú sa o tých veciach s manželkou, manželou, ale so svojím najlepším kamarátom.
They've been friends from childhood.
Od detstva sú kamaráti.
According to that definition,
Podľa tejto definície
can you call that adultery?
môžeme to nazvať cudzoložstvo.
Can you give an example?
Môžeš dať príklad?
Of what?
What they're talking to their friend about and they're not talking to their
O čom sa
partner
rozprávajú
about.
s tým kamarátom a nie s partnerom?
Let's say that something at work happened and she was really hurt.
Takže napríklad niečo sa stalo, naozaj to ublížilo.
So it's a work-related issue.
Týka sa to niečo z práce.
And the friend doesn't work with them. They're not work colleague.
A ten ich kamarát nie je ich kolega.
And they would say, I'm going to speak to my friend about this and I'm not going to speak to my partner about
Povie,
this.
ja sa porozprávam s kamarátom a nie s partnerom.
Why would they not speak to their partner?
Prečo by nerozprávali sa so svojím
That they had a
partnerom,
bad day at work.
keď majú nejaký zlý deň v práci?
You can say it's just not the same. The response I get from my friend is not the same as the response I'll get from my spouse.
Tá odpoveď, ktorú dostanem od kamaráta, nie je taká istá ako od toho môjho partnera.
I think that meets the criteria of adultery, yes.
Podľa mňa to je cudzoložstvo, áno.
Unless you married a really rubbish person.
Alebo si vezmeš niekoho, kto ti je na nič. Ak to je tak,
When you asked me to make an example,
keď sa ma pýtaš, aby som dala nejaký príklad,
why? Because I'm going to assume that it's not just all that. I'm going to come to a place where I assume that, which is wrong, I
I'll
think.
give you an example.
ja prídem k tomu, že to je zle. Dám ti príklad ja.
When you and I married,
My dvaja sa vezmeme.
you knew that I was a football fanatic
Vieš, že som futbalový fanatik
and I knew you weren't.
a ty si nebola.
So you knew
Ty si vedela,
every weekend I'm going to go with my mates
Yeah.
and watch football.
každý víkend pôjdem s kamarátmi pozerať futbal.
And you're not part of that.
A ty toho nebudeš súčasťou.
That's not adultery.
To nie je cudzoložstvo.
A question over there. Monica?
I want to stick to the model of heterosexual couple. According,
Chcem sa držať toho modelu heterosexuálneho páru.
according to what you said,
Podľa toho, čo si povedal,
we consider adultery if I have a close female friend that I share my things with.
Ak ja mám blízku priateľku, s ktorou sa budem zdieľať o nejakých mojich veciach, tak je to cudzoložstvo.
Or we would have to say that it's not an adultery
Alebo by sme museli povedať, že to nie je smilstvo,
when I have a close male friend that I share my things with.
keď mám blízkeho priateľa, s ktorým sa zdieľam o veciach.
Understand correctly.
Yes. That wasn't your question.
I wanted to make sure if I understand. So,
Okay, yes.
okay. I have a follow-up question.
Could I give it to just Regina? Because we're running out of time.
I've got a question.
Mám otázku.
You said something like there are no types of adultery, it's one. Can you clarify that?
I don't understand your question.
A moment ago,
Pred chvíľou si povedal,
on the type of adultery,
že aké sú typy cudzoložstva.
I heard you said something like there are no types of adultery like sexual or...
What I said was,
To, čo som povedal, bolo,
if you have all these strange ideas,
ak máš všetky tieto zvláštne myšlienky,
like many of you have,
ako mnohí z vás majú,
you'll end up with only one definition.
skončíš len s jednou definíciou.
If you believe that there are two types of adultery,
Ak veríš, že sú dva typy cudzoložstva,
physical and thoughts, sexual and emotional,
fyzická a myšlienky, sexuálna a emocionálna,
if that's what we assume,
ak to budeme takto predpokladať,
then when you get to the friendship one,
keď prídeš na priateľstvo,
you need to apply the rules properly.
musíš poriadne aplikovať tie pravidlá.
And the problem isn't the gender or the attractiveness of your friend.
Problém nie je o pohlavie alebo príťažlivosť tvojho priateľa.
It's the emotional attachment that you've made with them now.
Je to emocionálne priputanie, ktoré si s nimi urobila.
And to insert the threat of sex into that model
A vložiť do tohto modelu hrozbu sexu
breaks this idea,
túto myšlienku porušuje.
which is why I suspect, I can't remember his name, the person at the back and others of you put question marks with thoughts.
Preto ja predpokladám, že viacerí ste sem dali otáznik na tie myšlienky.
That's why, as a group, there's no tick there,
Preto tu nemáme zatiaľ fajčku ako skupina.
because you're all fixated, many of you, not all, about sex.
Lebo mnohí ste zafixovaní na ten sex.
And I would suspect that's why many of your marriages aren't working well.
A ja by som povedal, že to je dôvod, prečo mnoho z vašich manželstiev dobre nefunguje.
And I've said publicly, maybe privately, to single people
A ja som verejne, ale určite aj súkromne povedal ľuďom, ktorí sú sami,
who sometimes sound sex-starved,
že niekedy je to ako taký hlad po sexe.
that you are headed for destruction.
A keď idete podľa toho, tak idete do záhuby.
Because marriage isn't about sex, it's about a relationship,
Lebo manželstvo nie je o sexe, je to o vzťahu.
a holistic relationship with somebody.
Celistvý vzťah s niekým.
That's what you all really need.
To je to, čo vy všetci naozaj potrebujete.
Sex is, some added bit to that.
A sex je prídavok k tomu.
But I want us to see by the answers that we've got
Chcem, aby sme videli skrze tie odpovede, ktoré sme dostali,
that most of us are fixated with sex.
mnohí z nás sú zafixovaní na sex.
I'm not saying I'm right,
Nehovorím, že mám pravdu,
but if you just take what I've just said
ale keď vezmete to, čo som teraz povedal,
about how many of you view it compared to how I said relationships should work, marriages should work,
ohľadne toho, ako mnohí z vás to vidia v porovnaní s tým, ako ja si myslím, že by vzťahy mali fungovať,
you'll know why I said prostitution isn't adultery
budete vedieť, prečo som povedal, že prostitúcia nie je cudzoložstvo.
and why I said porn isn't adultery.
Prečo som povedal, že porno nie je.
And thinking about your boss at work when you masturbate isn't adultery.
Rozmýšľajúc o vašom šéfovi v práci, keď masturbujete, tiež nie je.
If you were to conceptualize what marriage is meant to be about.
Keď to musíte zobrať do konceptu, o čom manželstvo má byť,
Monica. And then over here.
This makes me think that we cannot have close friendships.
toto mi dáva pocit, že nemôžeme mať blízke priateľstva.
That's the same argument that Tina made.
To je ten istý argument, čo povedala Tina.
Nowhere have I said that we can't have other relationships.
Ja som nikdy nepovedal, že nemôžeme mať iné vzťahy.
You wouldn't argue that you can't kiss somebody
Ty by si aj nepovedal, že nemôžeš niekoho poboskať
or hug them.
alebo ich objať.
So that's a sexual act.
To je sexuálny akt.
Kissing is a sexual act.
No, it depends what type of kiss.
So if it depends,
Bosk je sexuálny akt, to závisí od toho.
That's the same with your friends. It depends. I'm not saying friendships are wrong.
To je to isté s tými priateľmi. Ja nehovorím, že priateľstvá sú zlé.
You know when a kiss crosses a line,
Ty vieš, kedy bosk prejde za určitú hranicu.
and I'm saying
A ja hovorím,
when your emotional attachment crosses a line,
keď tvoje emocionálne pripútanie prejde za určitú hranicu,
at some point you know that.
ty v určitom bode to vieš.
Our conversation isn't about knowing when you've crossed the line.
Konverzácia nie je o tom, či vieme, že sme prešli za nejakú
It's
hranicu.
about accepting that there is a line. That's what I want us to accept.
Ja chcem, aby ste prijali, že existuje určitá hranica.
And if there is a line,
Ak je tam línia
you know that relationship is bad.
alebo hranica, tak to už viete, že ten vzťah je zlý.
Just like you can hug someone here at camp,
Tak ako vieš, že môžeš sa s niekým objať na kempe
and it does not mean anything bad.
a neznamená to nič zlé.
Have I answered your question? Over here.
I think I'm missing something.
Myslím, že mi niečo uniká.
Because when we were speaking about porno, prostitution, and bestiality, and also self-pleasure, that we can't put them in the category of adultery.
Keď hovoríme o porne, o bestialite, o masturbácii a čo to bolo, ešte to posledné, neviem čo, to není cudzoložstvo?
I think on my part, I am missing something.
Tuším, že mi niečo uniká.
My mind,
V mojej mysli
somebody who is doing a prostitution,
niekto, kto robí prostitúciu,
to me, I think they are committing adultery.
pre mňa to je nevera.
So maybe you have to shed more light so that I can get rid of those thoughts which are not God.
Možno by si mohol niečo viac o tom povedať, aby som mohla tieto myšlenky si upratať.
Sure,
Áno, určite.
but it won't happen today.
Ale nestane sa to dnes
In 12 minutes.
za 12 minút.
Put your hands up if you have any questions.
Dajte hore ruky, ak máte nejaké otázky.
Okay, as you're moving on, I want to make a point.
Ako ideš ďalej, chcem spraviť pointu.
Let's go back to prostitution.
Poďme sa vrátiť k prostitúcii.
So, I want to be clear.
Chcem, aby nám bolo jasné,
All these crosses
všetky tieto krížiky,
where it's saying not adultery,
že to nie je cudzoložstvo,
is not talking about the morality or the lawfulness or the goodness of anything.
to nehovorí o morálke alebo o dobrote niečoho z toho.
I've already said
Ja som už povedal,
KFC is not good,
KFC nie je dobré,
but it's not adultery.
ale nie je to cudzoložstvo.
And if I said, or if I suggest that porn isn't adultery,
Keď poviem, že porno nie je cudzoložstvo,
I'm not saying it's good.
ja nehovorím, že je dobré.
We're clear on that.
To nám je jasné.
So, this prostitute,
Takže prostitút,
she's married,
ona je vydatá alebo prostitútka,
children,
má deti
her job
a jej práca
is to earn money by sleeping with strangers.
je zarábať peniaze tým, že spí s cudzými mužmi.
Do you think she's committing adultery?
Myslíte si, že pácha cudzoložstvo?
But the man that's sleeping with her,
A ten muž,
he's
ktorý
committing
s ňou
adultery.
spí, tak ten pácha cudzoložstvo?
I'm not sure how that works.
Nie som si istý, ako toto funguje.
We've got two couples.
Máme dva páry.
This is the customer
Toto je zákazník,
or the client.
klient.
This is the prostitute.
Toto je prostitútka.
You said he's committing adultery.
A
She's
povie,
not.
že on pácha cudzoložstvo a ona nie.
What did I miss there?
Čo mi tu chýba?
So, another thing I want to ask
Ďalšia vec, ktorú sa chcem spýtať,
is this prostitute,
táto prostitútka,
in 2024 slept with 1,000 men.
V 2024 spala s 1000 mužmi.
So did she have 1,000 relationships?
Má ona 1000 vzťahov?
So this man
Takže tento muž
slept with his wife or his
spal so
partner
svojou partnerkou, ženou
100 times.
100-krát.
Don't compare yourselves.
Neporovnávajte sa.
And then he slept with the prostitute once.
A raz spal s prostitútkou.
So when he slept once,
Keď spal raz,
did he develop a relationship with her?
vyvinul si s ňou vzťah.
No. And then he slept with another prostitute.
Potom spal s ďalšou prostitútkou.
Did he form a relationship with her?
Vytvoril si s ňou vzťah?
No.
Nie.
So he slept with prostitute one twice.
Takže s touto spal 2-krát.
And then he said what?
A potom povedal čo?
I like her.
Ľúbi sa mi.
However it works, because I have no idea how these things work.
Neviem, ako tieto veci fungujú.
He rang up,
Zavolá jej,
whatever they do,
čokoľvek robia.
and he keeps on asking for her.
A stále chce byť s ňou.
Is it adultery now?
Je to cudzoložstvo?
What was the difference between now and just the one?
Aký bol rozdiel predtým a teraz?
Letwin. We'll wait for the have your private conversations.
Toto asi budeme riešiť v súkromných
We'll be
konverzáciách.
respectful to Letwin.
No, the difference is that now there's a relationship.
Teraz tam začína vzťah.
Okay, but that wasn't your question.
To
You
nebola
had a question before
otázka.
that.
Tá tvoja otázka?
Answered.
Oh, it answered that. Ask the question
Spýtaj sa tú otázku
and then tell us how it answered it, but don't tap the thing. They'll tell us off. You told me when to stop.
kedy mám prestať.
Is it not working? It's not her mic. Oh, so okay. Speak right close.
I wanted to ask for your opinion.
Chcela som sa ťa spýtať na tvoj názor.
Okay, thanks. On porn, prostitution, bestial self-pleasure, since you had clarified that you said your opinion is that it's not adultery.
Ty
But
si,
I
pov-
also wanted to-
kat. Ty si povedal všetky tieto 4
I'll repeat
porno,
what you've done so
prostitúcia,
far.
bestialita, seba potešenie, že to nie je cudzoložstvo.
I don't need to. You got it all?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I got it in the ear.
Okay. So these 4 things, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Takže tieto 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
I said, in my opinion, they're not adultery.
to podľa mňa nie je cudzoložstvo.
And that's as far as we got, I think.
Ask if they are good or it's not cheating at all.
Toto nie je podvádzanie podľa teba? Chcem sa spýtať.
If it was cheating,
Ak by to bolo podvádzanie,
they would all be bad
to by všetko bolo zlé.
because cheating is bad.
Lebo podvádzanie je zlé.
You okay with that answer?
Áno, súhlasíš?
But if you're going to say, are they all bad?
Ale keď povieš, sú všetky zlé,
I think that's a different question.
to je podľa mňa iná otázka.
Some are bad
Niektoré sú zlé,
and some are not bad.
niektoré nie sú zlé.
Did you translate that?
I have a question.
Sorry?
I have a question.
Yeah, but did you translate what she just
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch it.
said? Go ahead.
It's not in my ear.
Please tell me which ones are bad and which ones are not bad. From
Povedz
that
mi, ktoré z
list.
nich sú zlé a ktoré nie sú zlé.
We'll put B for bad, G for good.
Yes.
Takže B je zlé, G je dobré.
Put your hands up to help let win if pornography is bad.
Je pornografia zlá?
Put your hands up if it's good.
Dajte hore ruky, ak je dobrá.
Just checking what they're doing over here. So some people think that pornography might be good.
Niektorí si myslia, že pornografia môže byť dobrá. Ak je to porno tvojho priateľa, tvojho manžela.
So someone thinks if your partner is sexting you, that might be good.
Myslíte si, že ak váš partner vám poslal nejaké sexuálne fotky, že je to dobré? Je. It's
It
hot.
is what it is,
Je to, čo to je?
which is the objectification,
Je to objektifikácia. Okay.
even if it's your spouse.
Aj keď je to
Maybe.
váš partner.
We'll put bad.
Dáme zle.
Prostitution.
Prostitúcia.
Bad?
Zlá.
Good?
Alebo dobrá.
I'm not even going to ask for that one.
Toto nezodpovie.
Your pet does not deserve to be treated that way.
Vaše zviera si nezaslúži takto byť
Self-pleasure.
zaobchádzané.
Bad?
Zlé?
Good?
Dobre?
All the people over here that didn't put their hand up,
Všetci ľudia, toto čo nezvihli ruky.
why?
Prečo?
Why did you not put your hands up? Don't you know?
Prečo ste nezvihli ruky, neviete?
Or you're not sure?
Alebo s tým si není istý.
So you're not sure if it's good or bad?
Takže nie ste si istí, či je to dobré alebo zlé.
If you could be persuaded that it was okay,
Ak by ste mohli presvedčení, že je to v poriadku,
would you do it?
robili by ste to?
I'm going to say good,
Dám sem dobré,
but there's a core group
ale je to skupina,
that say they think it's dirty.
ktorí si
Put it
myslia,
that
že je to
way.
špinavé.
Does that help you, Letmin?
Pomohol ti to, Letvin?
2 minutes.
2 minúty.
Anyone who hasn't given their opinion, hasn't spoken,
Kdokoľvek, kto ešte nehovoril,
put your hands up high.
dajte ruky hore,
Last
vysoko.
question of the last presentation.
Môžete sa spýtať otázku
last
poslednej
camp.
prezentácie.
Oh. They keep on asking all the questions. That's why I
Oni sa stále
want
všetci
to offer
pýtajú.
it to the rest of you. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Deborah.
Can you make it clear if you see you are married and you get into physical, I mean, you menopause. You know menopause?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
Then you
Wait.
Môžeš
povedať, že keď si zosobášený a potom žena vode do menopauzy,
the desire which you had before naturally by God's way, it disappear.
You want me
si
to
zmiznú
translate?
tie tužby, ktoré ľudia majú.
So let me stop there for a moment.
Na chvíľku to zastavím.
When a woman goes from premenopause to perimenopause to postmenopausal,
Takže keď žena prejde z predmenopauzy cez menopauzu a po menopauze,
her sexual desire
ich sexuálne túžby
may fluctuate, may change,
sa trošku menia,
but it doesn't die.
ale nezomrie to.
There are millions
Milióny
of women in the world,
žien vo svete
postmenopausal,
po menopauze
of your age,
v svojom veku,
who love sex,
ktoré milujú sex,
dream about it and desire it.
snívajú o ňom a túžia po ňom.
The individual, everybody, you cannot just unify. It is the individual life. God gives the individual.
Je to individuálne.
You cannot say, me, I'm looking like this one, I'm looking that one, or the body is the same way.
Je to individuálne, nemôžeme povedať, že všetci to majú takto alebo takto.
Just want to make it clear
Chcem, aby nám bolo jasné,
that sex is not related to age
sex sa nevzťahuje na vek
or one's hormonal status,
alebo na hormonálny status niekoho.
because men
Lebo muži
in their own physicality experience the same hormonal ups and downs or phases of life.
Muži v rámci toho svojho fyzického života tiež prežívajú svoje hore a dole v tom sexuálnej tužbe.
If I can just say their experience is the same,
Mohol by som povedať, že ich skúsenosť je rovnaká,
even though they're a different species,
aj keď sú iný druh,
which I know they're not.
ale nie sú.
So menopausal women,
Takže ženy v
they
menopauze
need to be educated, I think,
musia byť vzdelané a vychované,
so that they will begin to explore their own sexuality and their own physical needs.
aby začali skúmať svoje vlastné fyzické potreby.
And I think
Myslím si,
if menopausal women
keď ženy v
were
menopauze,
educated in such a way,
keď sú vzdelané tým spôsobom,
a lot of the FGM
mnoho z FGM
and other practices that happen in many parts of the world,
a iných vecí, ktoré sa udiali ženám v rôznych častiach sveta,
which are all controlled and managed by those same menopausal women,
ktoré kontrolujú a sú riadené tými ženami v menopauze,
it could begin to change.
mohlo by sa to začať meniť.
If an older woman
Ak staršia žena
embraced her needs for sex,
by si priznala svoje vlastné potreby na sex,
she would be better placed
bola by lepšie na tom,
to support the sexual needs and education of young women.
aby podporila sexuálne potreby a výchovu mladých žien.
I think that's a subject that's not discussed enough.
Myslím, že o tejto téme sa dostatočne nehovorí.
And the way I've just framed it,
To, ako som to zaramcoval,
which is just one version,
to je len jedna verzia,
that the change needs to come
že tá zmena musí prísť
by older women having more sex.
staršími ženami, aby oni aj túžili mať a mali viac sexu.
I had a question just behind Monica.
Tam je otázka za
Sorry,
Monikou.
you're not satisfied
Nie si spokojná?
sexually or
Nie si sexuálne spokojná?
can I make it clear?
Because one
Urobím
day
to jasným.
online, I had a question for you, and the way you answered me is far different.
Ja
So
som mala pre
we will
teba
talk.
otázku a ty si odpovedala celkom inak.
Deborah and I will talk.
Debora a ja sa porozprávame.
I
Only.
asked the question, and you answered me different.
We run out of time? Yeah. I know I had some questions,
Viem, že sú tu
but please
otázky.
ask them afterwards, offline.
Pýtajte sa potom.
Sorry, Zoomers. I want to... This is not our... We have one more study this evening.
Ešte máme dnes večer jednu štúdiu,
It's a Q&A.
otázky, odpovede.
So this is my last presentation.
Toto je moja posledná prezentácia.
I want to thank everybody for welcoming me here.
Všetkých ďakujem, že ma tu privítali.
Thank everybody who joined us online.
A ďakujem, ktorí ste sa k nám pridali online.
We had a really wonderful time.
Mali sme úžasný čas.
And all those people that weren't able to come, you were missed.
Všetci tí ľudia, ktorí ste neprišli, ste nám chýbali.
I hope we've all been educated
Dúfam,
at
že sme
least
boli
to
všetci
some degree.
vzdelaní do určitej úrovne.
And I'm not just speaking for myself.
Nehovorím len sám za seba,
I'm speaking on behalf of all the teachers,
ale hovorím za všetkých učiteľov,
all the hard work that they've done to
všetkú prácu,
try to share their thoughts and educate you.
ktorú urobili, aby zdieľali svoje myšlienky a vzdelávali vás.
And it would be remiss of me not to thank the leadership team
A musím poďakovať aj vedeniu.
who have done so much work.
Urobili mnoho práce.
And they're physically exhausted at the moment.
Fyzicky sú už vyčerpaní.
But we thank you.
Ďakujeme.
Let's pray.
Poďme sa pomodliť.
Holy God,
Svätý Bože,
each of us who's bowed before you
Každý z nás sa tu skláňa pred tebou.
need and want to understand
A chceme porozumieť,
how relationships should work,
ako by vzťahy mali fungovať.
not only with their partners,
Nie iba s partnermi,
but with their parents,
nie s rodičmi,
their children,
deťmi,
their friends,
priateľmi
and even in their secular employment.
a v sekulárnej práci.
The only place that we can understand how these things work
Jediné miesto, kde môžeme rozumieť, ako tieto veci fungujú,
is by intelligently reading your word.
je inteligentným čítaním tvojho slova.
Help us to do that.
Pomôž nám to urobiť.
Help us to talk to one another
Pomôž, aby sme mohli jeden s druhým rozprávať
with honesty
s úprimnosťou
and frankness,
a otvorenosťou.
so we might have a better understanding of who we
Aby sme
are
mali lepšie porozumenie toho, kým sme
and how we can serve one
a
another.
ako môžeme slúžiť jeden druhému.
In Jesus'
V
name,
mene
amen.
Ježiša. Amen.